What is upper people? What's upper? We're back. Round two on a Saturday. I wanted to run it. Originally, I was either going to not come out here or just run it all day. How y'all doing? Welcome in. I hope you're having a great Saturday. My Saturday, I cannot complain. See what percentage this charger is on. We made it to 100. Cool. So, it was between the two. I was going to run it up or I wasn't going to come out here. That's where I was at with it. And I was sitting here doing nothing because I slightly had a headache. So I was like, drinking some tea, chill, focus on something. I started looking at the Carmelo Anthony stuff. Came on here, figured I'd talk about it. By the time I got off here, I was so sleepy. Y'all know I was so sleepy last week. And I slept in too. Y'all see when I came on here, I had been up a couple of hours, but that's not my norm. I normally would have been up for many hours at that point, but now I feel better. I'm still drinking tea, but I do feel better. And I was sitting here looking at some content, some ASI content, and I looked at a few videos, so I figured I'd come out here and talk about them. Oh, by the way, too, let me tell y'all before I get into the commentary. I found these little pre-pack of jars of kimchi. I don't know how fast kimchi worked, but when I went to the grocery store yesterday, I bought some kimchi, and since my stomach was bothering me, I wasn't feeling good. I ate some kimchi. I gotta sit here and I gotta put it away, and I started feeling better. I took a class, you know, your local hospital or whatever hospital you go to. Usually they do nutrition classes, and a lot of times those nutrition classes are free. I don't know if they always free. Sometimes they are. Maybe it depends on what hospital you go to, so don't quote me on that. You have to check it out. But I'm telling you this so that you'll know. Sometimes they do nutrition classes, and you could participate in the nutrition classes. And I had signed up for a bunch of topics. I did mine virtually. And one of the ones I did was gut health. So I was telling you foods that you can eat that's helpful to gut health. And one of them they said was kimchi. I had never had kimchi, but I bought kimchi right after that. I don't buy kimchi every time I go to the store. I could probably make my own kimchi as well, but I buy it from time to time. And I don't know if it makes a difference or not, but I sure feel better. And it's really not that bad. Like if you like cabbage or whatever, because I want to say that's what kimchi is, but they have like um this brand of kimchi. Let me look at it. They have different kinds. This one it says authentic Korean kimchi. I'm looking for the brand. Yeah, it says it's cabbage. And it's they had mild all the way up to spicy. Spicy was the hottest choice. Mild, medium, hot, spicy. I picked spicy because if y'all listen to me, then y'all know I like everything so damn hot your nose runs. This is spicy and it had a nice little kick. I'm not mad at it. It wasn't the hottest, but I'm cool with the spice level. And this brand says Nasoya or something like that. Nasoya, I think that is. Hard to see it. But that's the brand, and it has like a little screw on and off lid. Pal Moon next to the brand. PALMUONE. And the expiration date goes to August, the end of August, which this ain't gonna last that long. And the next time I go back to that store, I'm absolutely buying some more because that tastes really good. But anyway, Maydale in the building. Happy Friday, Maydale. Welcome in, welcome in. I mean Friday. I just said Saturday. I meant to say Saturday. Happy Saturday. Welcome in. Oh my goodness. Hoo-wee. Yeah, let's get into some ASI talk. I watched a few videos um on the ASI channel, and oh, before I move on to the ASI talk, I do want to say something about like what I was just talking about. Do y'all eat kimchi? Are y'all aware of those type of classes? Has anybody taken advantage of those kind of nutrition classes that they put on at your local hospital, probably clinic too, or anything? Um, yeah. So anyway, let me move on. ASI. Watch some of the videos. I watched a few of them. I'm not going to talk about them in the exact order. I can't even tell you which one came first or second anyway, to be real with you. So, first one I want to start off is talking about K3. K3 at his interview where Marcus is like, yeah, let's basically get to know K3 after seeing K3 all this time. Let me tell you something. It was a bust. It was a bust. 10 out of 10. Don't recommend. Let me tell you why. Because I don't believe K3. Now, I'm not making light of a situation if that is somebody's story or whatever it is, but you know what I think? I think those kids are playing games and they trying to tug on people's heartstrings for sympathy, and they're making excuses for their lazy behavior. And so I think that it's manipulative. Excuse me. I believe that K3 wants people to feel sorry for him and run up his cash app. Even if it's going to Maya, it's still he gonna get money. He already knows. So run up his cash app, and then he hits a lick off of good people who feel sorry for, oh wow, he's out here homeless, and he somebody took advantage of a kid that way. When, if you ask me what case three's real story is given, mom was good. He says his stepfather was good, and he keeps saying that, which is good. His stepfather stepped up. So he had a decent home. He had his mother, he had his stepfather as a father figure, two parent household, working. He said his mom worked. That means that working earns money, which means that he was being provided for. He's being provided for. And while he was being provided for, what was he doing? Living a good life. And then he became grown and he decided that he would just run around Atlanta and live in bandos and get money however he gets it and make babies and not decide that he wants to take care of them, you know, but try to find hustle ways to get people to be willing to take care of him. I'm on the screen. This phone is really about to make me scream. Like, I knew it was gonna do that. I just think he's full of crap. I do not believe what he said. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me right now? Like, bro, dang. It took me all of that. I'm trying to pull something up on the screen and it was not cooperating. But anyway, It was yeah, running around being a knucklehead, not following the example that was set for him, and just trying to find any old kind of way to get people to throw money at them. And so he watched some of the stories, some of the people that have been featured on the ASI channel. This is just my opinion. Almost as soon as he started the interview, I was like, "Oh, he didn't went into the archives." And now here he come with this bull crap, trying to get people to send money to him. But guess what? I hope it doesn't work. I hope it doesn't work. If anything, I hope it deterred them from wanting to send money to him. Because you know why? At 23 years old, with two kids, three, because the second baby of Maya's, he claims as his own. So, three kids, and one on the way, he says. Guess what he's doing? Running around downtown Atlanta with the Get Along gang, waking up every day looking for an adventure instead of being serious and doing things that are setting him up for consistent monetary gain so that he can provide for his kids. And if Maya and him are still together, then his girlfriend and his kids. But instead of that, he ripping and running, scratching and surviving, waking up in bandos, walking around looking a hot mess, and trying to get people to feel sorry for him or whatever and throw him money any kind of way. That's not going to last. As much as I heard Marcus say that to Chaos, which it's true, but he could say that to himself. So it doesn't hit the same coming from Marcus because he's literally relying upon the things that are happening with that particular group and other people that are down and out. I'm thinking that it's going to be a lifetime sustainable income. You got a baby. You think this going to last for 20 years? It ain't going to be as sweet. Just like it's not as sweet now as it was 10 years ago, it's not going to be as sweet in 10 years as it is right now. You know why? For the same reason that it's not as sweet right now as it is 10 years ago. And one of those primary reasons is because it's oversaturated. 10 years ago, this was different. Right now, everybody wants to do it. It's a get rich quick scheme, and it means that they can work for themselves. And in 10 years, they're going to literally be listing it as a career option. That's my opinion. They will. And it's going to be a bunch of kids that want to do this because they get to sit around and get up when they want and go to sleep when they want and do what they like play games and get filmed or talk crap or be their version of the news or all the things that people have been doing to use this to get money, and it won't last forever. That's a side note. So while Marcus is telling Chaos that, he need to tell himself that, because we know you didn't touch six figures at 23, and you damn sure ain't been consistently touching six figures like you told Tragedy. I think that was Tragedy that one day. That's a lie. But anyway, moving back to K3. K3 is lying. I do not believe K3. And I think Marcus do be believing them until he reads the comments. And then once he reads the comments, he realizes that they're lying. And then he challenges them. K3 said something about Marcus telling him he wasn't going to be on the channel. I am kind of behind on ASI, so I didn't see that. If that happened, I haven't seen that yet. But if that's the case, then that also could be a reason that K3 came up with that crapping story, because he want to continue to be featured on the channel. Just away. Oh, wait. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, because baby, he just wanted to continue to be featured on the channel. But anyway, he just lying. I don't believe him. He's just a dusty little boy that's just running around. He ain't that far from home, but he grown and he ain't doing what he need to do. It's like similar to the chaos situation, where chaos was talking about trying to work out the proper monetary amount to give his grandma, or at least give her enough where he can sleep there at night, and he don't have to be there all day long. He just want a place to sleep at night, and you know, be able to shower and whatnot. And I'm feeling like grandma wanting more out of him because he's saying it's not enough. And I'm like, duh, because your grandma wants you to not run around and be a rapper and throw a little change to have a place to sleep. See how if you make him comfortable and let him have a place to sleep, then he might continue to be a bum. But if you put him all the way outside, he might finally knock off that bum shit and do something with himself because he's sick of sleeping in bandos and not having lights, and you know what I'm saying? Like all the things. So it's a hard knock life. You grown. Almost 24 talking about getting used to being an adult. Like, bro, yes, 24 is young, but also you've had almost 6 years of practice. Like, come on. And him and K3, Chaos and K3 are the same age. So there's no excuse. Chaos doesn't have kids, he claims. So it's a different situation because K3, we don't care how old you were when you found out that first baby was on the way. If you was out here bumming through life and that was just you on your own bumming through life, not cool. But the moment you found out it was a baby on board and you caused it, you were supposed to do something different. And I hope no grown men and I hope no grown women send money to Maya's Cash App, because in K3's interview, Maya, his baby mama, Cash App was up on the screen, which is also gang. If you ask me, that's also gang. Because I personally don't think that anybody should be sending Maya any Cash Apps. Call me hard, I don't care. Or maybe some of y'all agree with me. Again, let me just say, I feel like I got to say it over here. I don't care about being agreed with. I don't care if somebody agrees or disagrees with my opinion. I'm a reaction channel. It's just my opinion. What I care about is respect. That's what I care about. You just be respectful. And also, if you call yourself calling me out, be accurate. Okay. But you don't have to agree. So my opinion is that no one should be sending Maya any money to her Cash App either. You know why? I'm gonna tell you why. Cause she running around with a little knucklehead boy. She let the little knucklehead boy who already had a kid put a baby on board with her the entire time, from the moment they found out she was expecting to the point that she gave birth. She said she got 1 month old. He said that in his last interview, he said a baby 2 months old. That's a whole damn year. You mean to tell me in a whole year of finding out that it was a baby on board, and who knows how long they were together prior to that? That's a question I would like to answer. But as I go back into her archives with them, it might have been answered. I don't know. From the time he was with her, it was nothing that motivated him to want to do better and set up something that they could have a better life. From the time he found out a baby was on board, that didn't motivate him to set some stability and a foundation for them as a family, since he's claiming both of her kids as his own. And while they was around here playing house in bandos with no lights on at night, they turn around and made another one. If he's telling the truth, I don't know if he's telling the truth. I want to hope that they're not that slow, or irresponsible is a better word. I want to hope they're not that irresponsible. I want to think that they're really just uh, leaning on try to tug at people to think, oh, they're really going to help them because there's another baby on board. But what I'm trying to say is, no, nobody should be sending either one of them anything, in my opinion. Because if they want to be running out here, if they want to keep making babies, if Maya want to keep making babies with a bum, then let the two of them figure it out. They are grown. I don't care how youngly grown they are, or if you was oldly grown. I don't care. They still grown, are doing adult activities that come with adult consequences. So let them adult it out and figure it the F out like most people do. That's just my opinion. You know? Is my thing still on? Is it still is it still on? Let me see. Hold on. I'm trying to see. Is the sound working and everything? Hmm. Mm. Well, I'm trying to get to my own thing. Oh, okay. Mm. All right. So it is. Oh wow! I didn't. I'm over here. I'm. Hold on. 1 second. I'll be right back. All right. So wait. Got me some. I just got me some pasta with some stir fried pasta with some steak in it. Period. That's what I'm talking about. I thought I smelled food. I thought I smelled food being cooked. Period. I don't know. That's what I'm talking about. But anyway, the only thing that will make this better is a fresh jalapeno. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Period. This is delicious. Absolutely delicious. Okay, y'all. So there was a whole lot of goings on down in the market square or whatever they call it, wherever the barbershop is. I'm talking about on the second floor. I saw the little barbershop shenanigans too. I'll come back and talk about that another day. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know. But I want to say was a lot of shenanigans going on with that. And it was chaos. It was chaotic. It was crazy. Hey, y'all in here? Who else? Oh, classy lady in the building. She said, "Hey, kissing chatters. Hey, 1 second. 1 second. I'll be right back." Perfect. Wait, but 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, y'all. I'm back. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I got some stir fried pasta and a fresh jalapeno. Period. I bought them yesterday. They're super fresh. And you know what it is. When the fresher they are, the hotter they are. But I bought, because I got food handed to me right in the middle of me doing this, I bought some dried hot peppers that I haven't seen them in the pack like that before. But I got two different kinds of dried peppers that I think are gonna be super hot. And I was planning to make broccoli, like I usually take like a steak, probably like a ribeye or something, and I cut the ribeye and I'll make that, and put broccoli with it, and I might make rice or something to go with it. I was planning to make that yesterday, but I ended up being tired. And but when I make it, I'm gonna put those peppers in it and we're gonna see what it's talking about, because I'm thinking it's about to really set it off. She said, Maydell said, gut health is what I need. Yeah, they said kimchi. They was talking about like stuff like that activates in the gut and it's very helpful. So I'm like, oh, okay, period. That's what it's gonna be from here on out. Kimchi. Kimchi. I'm sure they said other stuff, but I got it written down somewhere. But out of everything they listed, most of the stuff they listed I don't really like. So that's why I latched on to kimchi, because I was like, kimchi, okay, cabbage. I absolutely love cabbage. I had never had it like that, but I was like, I'll give it a shot. It's delicious. I love it. I love it. I love it. But I was saying that Marcus, he he was out there dealing with the get along gang at the Market Square, upstairs from the barber shop. And I want to call him Too Tall, but Too Tall's a light skinned dude. This other guy, Charles. Charles is the one that was he didn't know who his father was. Whoever he thought his father was, the father had rejected him. I don't even remember when I see these people. I don't always remember everybody's story, but this is what I do remember about them. It's funny. Some stories I remember more of the story and don't have to go back and watch it. Some of the stories I'd be like, it was something. And you know what's funny? I always remember whether or not I believed them. I look at them and I'll be like, oh yeah, that's the one that was lying. Even if I don't know her name and maybe her story came out 2 years ago. Or he was lying. Because a lot of times these people do be lying to Marcus, or they had some dramatic story or something like that. But Charles, I remember him because I want to say one of the interviews was at a gas station. The other one was like in a field. He was talking about his father. He had this connection to his father. Then the father got with the woman, and then basically the father rejected him. But the father ended up, saying he was denying him as his child. And ultimately, they did a DNA test, and it turned out that this man really was uh, Charles's father. And that's really, really sad. That's why people do better when it comes to people trying to say who is and isn't your child, for whatever the reason may be. Maydell said, my husband went to Korea and he said, they bury their kimchi. What? Oh, okay. She said, no, but my husband loved it. Wow. Okay. That's interesting. They definitely have some interesting practices, but it seems to work for them overall. They're pretty, the ones that you see, they don't be like huge or whatever. I don't think they have all that fat, I mean sugar, I meant to say, in their diet or whatever. So they're not like really, really big people, generally speaking. So yeah. But over to ASI, all of the get along gang, adding Charles into the equation. Charles saying that he wants Shiesty Feisty. So I guess everybody gets a turn. Shiesty likes the attention any way she can get it. Okay. I don't understand why he would want her. She's a pass along, but whatever. Um, Maybe he sees it as a way to get money, like how they trying to do. Marcus loves it because Marcus want people to think he got so much money, and I feel like them calling him and wanting and needing him makes him feel needed, and he's around a bunch of people that don't really have a lot, so it probably makes him feel better, and he can then pretend and live out his fantasy like he's the man because he's around a bunch of bums that have nothing. So since he has more, he gets to be the man. Whereas if he stood along his peers or people that have done something with themselves, that would not be his story. You know, that's just what I think. So he decides that he's gonna have a boxing match with Tragedy and Charles. And he gonna do it spontaneously, like on the fly. Oh, y'all want to box? Okay, let's go. Let's go right now. And why he wanted to do it right at that very moment, if you ask me, because people keep backing out. They keep backing out. So, okay. So basically, he wanted to catch strike while the iron's hot and get the content. So they immediately went to the park and did a boxing match. And I still want to know why Marcus won't do the proper investing. Somebody gonna get hurt and he ain't gonna be happy until somebody get hurt. I looked up the price the other day. You can get a double set of head covering, mouth guards, and gloves for $60. And if he really want to be cheap, he could order some off Temu. He could order some off Temu, and I'm sure he could get um bulk like mouth guards or something like that. They don't cost that much anyway, and he could do it better. Put them on the grass or whatever. Because I know the other day I said what I said as far as the YNs boxing K3 and tragedy, and I do think that it's some bull crap that Marcus is. I think my issue with that was the fact that he's pitting them against each other, and I don't like that, especially if it's for his own personal gain. It's not. I don't like it. But I'm not opposed to the boxing necessarily because as I went on to notice that okay, Maya and Feisty had a boxing match. Then Tragedy and Charles had a boxing match. And K3 and Tragedy had a boxing match. Okay, it's not as bad. It would be better if he was being productive, giving them some productive advice. Um, you know, and if they want to put on gloves and box, so be it. Dominique called out Tragedy and wanted to box Tragedy. I think that it's not a bad idea when someone wants to call someone out to box. Now, I'm not against that, especially if it's just like a regular organized boxing match where no real harm is going to be done, but somebody want to call somebody out. But he needs to get the proper equipment. He needs to put them on grass. The day he had them boxing, they kept working their way off the grass. Somebody said the grass was wet. No, you got to have the proper conditions. The grass can't be wet. That's dangerous. Anybody could have rolled their ankle. They could have got injured in so many ways. Boxing on wet grass is not a good idea for them to box on the concrete. Somebody might know that little magic spot. Y'all know what I'm talking about, that magic spot. You know, you got that one hitter quitter. Hey, somebody gonna come along and put them gloves on and they gonna hit that magic spot. If you hit that spot, we already know what happens. You hit the spot and they hit the ground. You don't want them on concrete if they're in boxing gloves. Okay. And so basically he gonna have to set it up so it's better and have the proper equipment. And he could put a call out there like, hey, somebody want to call somebody out? He's willing to do it. but he went racing and he's like, I gotta have some water for them. And yeah, see, a cooler with some ice with some water in it, so that or for them to bring their own drinks. You ain't gotta supply the drinks. What the hell they think they are? You about to go and do a boxing match. Fighting takes a whole lot of energy. You're gonna be hot and thirsty afterwards. Bring your ass some damn water, you little bum. Like, shit, you getting paid to box. You want him to supply your drinks too? That's what's wrong with these kids. That's what's wrong with that very group of kids. So forget them. Let them be thirsty. But at the end of the day, I just think that he could do it a lot better. And it would go a lot better. That's one thing. And I said the other day, but I'll say it in here because sometimes I'll be talking about different things in one group, or sometimes I separate them like all ASI, whatever. I think that with the proper equipment and conditions, like I said about that's my stance on the boxing. The interviewer would get more action if he allowed people to challenge each other. Like, say a content creator want to call out another one, because some of these people got smoke, they got beef for real. Challenge one, and all they do is they got to show up, they got to get themselves to the proper location, and his equipment is used, and he's the one that's going to film it. They could promote it on their channel, so that's good for him. He could have an agreement with them that he's the only one that films it, and that nobody else can video it, and it's initially shown on his channel. And he hosts boxing matches with different people. He supplies all the equipment and everything. Hell, he could supply drinks or whatever, a cooler of water or Gatorade or something for them to drink afterwards. Um, and a pre-interview, so he got to make sure that the people actually showed up because they might be coming from out of town. So again, their accommodations are on them. But the either the night before or at a certain time, however many hours before, they have to do a pre-interview, and if they don't do it, then the match is canceled or rescheduled, and that's a way of making sure that they are actually there. Do the pre-interview, you know how they do, talk, all that. That's research he'd have to do. I would do the research, but it's not my project, so I don't care enough to do all of that. But it's a way that he could set it up, and he could put part of it over here and part of it on his channel, or maybe the pre and post interviews are on his channel, or any shenanigans that happen after, because in some cases, if he were to do something like that, you already know it's gonna go left. Unfortunately, it's gonna go left because somebody gonna get to leaking, and when them gloves come off, they're gonna be still wanting to fight or whatever. And maybe he could ask security that stops them from doing that in his presence, so he's not liable. Because you just know how people are. They bring people with them, and you gotta have people to keep people back because they see that person that they came to support getting rat-a-tat tagged while they talked all that smoke. Let's give, for example, Buckets. Buckets is a big talker. She'll have hella people call her out. She'll get her ass handed to her with some boxing gloves. She might have some people in the crowd waiting to jump Froggy because she over there getting her big back connecting with the ground. So there has to be all these things that he has to think of and put in place. And I don't really think he will think of things like that. Not on his own. If somebody told him, he'd do it and act like it was him. But I don't really think he be thinking about stuff on that level. All he thinks about is making money. I don't think that Marcus cares about people for real. So I feel like maybe after as he does it, he might make improvements because people will be in the comment section saying something. But it's hey, it's summertime. Like what did he say last time when he did it? He said it's summertime, things are heating up, blah 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 blah. Right? Hey, heat up the summertime with some boxing matches. Damn, rent a boxing ring or something. You know what I mean? Where you can get it for an hour or two. And they have all their people show up and then they go at it. And you the agreement is that you made all that stuff happen. And so you get to film it and post it. They could even collect phones. You know what I'm saying? You could even collect phones, although you can't stop people from having spy cams and stuff like that. But it is what it is. Can wait. Okay, cool. Got you. So that's just an idea. But the way he doing it right now, it's fly by night. It's fly by the seat of his pants because that's just how he rolls. So let's go back to talking about tragedy and Charles. The fight for Feisty's love, Marcus was saying. Let me see. Caitlin in the building. Hey, Caitlin Boo. Happy Saturday. Welcome in. The fight for Feisty's love. Okay. So, tragedy was doing exactly what you would expect somebody with no hands to do. Stalling, if you ask me. Dancing all around, wasting time, putting on some oversized Air Force Ones. The shoes was too big. Did he find them out the garbage can? It's like he found somebody else's shoes out the garbage can and he went and used them for himself. That's the first thing. The second thing is the shorts he had on were way too big. I'm like, first of all, his stomach is touching his back. Like he's starving, not just a little bit. And then on top of it, his clothes are too big. And maybe he wanted his clothes a little loose, but the shoes being too big sent me. I'm like, not your shoes too big. So you finding shoes in the trash, you down bad. Like bad to the point that you should be embarrassed how bad you down. Talking about you releasing new music. Boy, what you need to release is a damn resume into an employer's hands. That's what he needs to release. While he over here having whatever issues behind Feisty. Like Feisty said, he put hands on her. He was acting surprised, but he full of it, so that don't mean that it was necessarily true because he acts on the fly. And when he leaned down to tie up those shoes, when Marcus he said something to him, he had scratches on his shoulder. I was like, oh, not more scratches. Shicey Feisty strikes again because you know she a scratcher. And so, but in the midst of that too, tragedy called out Marcus. He called him out. And I'm trying to figure out when is Marcus going to accept the call. You want other people to get into the gloves, but you don't want to get into the gloves? How many times this man going to call him out before he actually answers the call? And tragedy just trying to be funny because I think that he thinks Marcus isn't going to do it. So he want to seem like a tough guy. But I don't think he comes off like a tough guy because Marcus said that tragedy won against K3, but he didn't. He didn't. He actually didn't. If you watch boxing, they look at your hits, whether or not your hits actually land, how many hits you land, etc., etc. And as much as I didn't actually count them, I did notice without having to count that K3 landed more hits than Tragedy. The difference is that Tragedy was more protective with his posture and K3 was a little more open. But he still swung more and he landed more body blows, face hits, the whole nine. So if it were to be decided between the two of them, I would give it to um K3. Hey T1000, welcome in. Happy Saturday, boo. She said yes. Okay, y'all. I gotta go grab my Pepsi. I should have a Pepsi in the freezer. I sure hope it's in the freezer. I'm about to go grab me a Pepsi. I'll be back in like 2 minutes. Just 1 second. I'll be right back. My bad, y'all. I am back. Should have warmed up my tea, but ooh, my goodness. I should have had warmed up my tea, but I didn't. So, and I gotta turn this fan on. Hold on. Ugh, reaching. Everything extra. Ugh, with the reach. Let me pop this up so that y'all don't hear the fan. You know, last time I had it touching the thing and it was making a bunch of noise. If y'all hear noise, please let me know. Hey y'all. Okay, so back to what I was saying, which was about the boxing match between Tragedy and Charles. Charles is tall. Tragedy is tall, is what it looks like. So even though Charles had the height advantage, Tragedy He could have done something if he knew how to stick and move. It's not like Charles had hands. He really didn't. Although Charles clearly won, but that's because Tragedy ain't got no hands. And while Tragedy, big mouth, arrogant, which Marcus doesn't like, but Marcus and um, Tragedy both have big mouths and they're arrogant. And both of them have limited, like, Tragedy has nothing to show for it. Marcus has minimal things to show for it, for what they've been doing with their lives. Tragedy wants to be seen as a tough guy, but clearly we can tell that he's not. Excuse me. Um, and he got left out of the boxing match leaking. Now, this what I want to know though. Clearly, Charles ain't really been fighting because as much as he landed with Tragedy, he didn't land a whole lot. And he was wild swinging out, windmilling and crap. I was like, what the hell kind of boxing match is this? I hope y'all cannot hear me swallowing. Cause I listen back sometimes and this sound be like these microphones are no joke. I was thirsty. Excuse me. Oops. And I hope y'all probably heard that. My bad. Like y'all probably did hear me swallowing. Well, let me tell you something. This cherry Pepsi is okay. For some reason it's flat though. How did it get flat? I don't understand. Anyway, y'all probably heard me swallowing though, because I was swallowing hard, but quench my thirst though. Um, anyway, yeah, so that it was interesting. It wasn't that great. The grass was wet, the conditions are bad. There's no mouth guards, even though Marcus shaded Tragedy for his brown teeth. Okay, yes, his teeth are brown as hell, but he has all of them, and maybe he doesn't want to get any of his teeth knocked out. So it's a fair request to ask for him to have mouth guards, especially if you keep telling him that you're gonna have mouth guards. You know what I mean? It's really not safe the conditions he's putting them in to do those boxing matches without the proper equipment. So that I don't agree with. But I do like watching Tragedy walk away leaking. I do. I did enjoy watching Tragedy walk away with his inner lip a little bloody. I did enjoy that. Because you know why? Because he talked too damn much. He got a big ass mouth. He arrogant. His ego enters the room. Like I don't know if his ego is as big as Mr. Man, little man over there. I don't know about that, but he damn sure he too much. He think he I don't know. It's something about him. I don't really like Tragedy. Tragedy is completely unlikable. K3, it seemed like it's something off with him. He's just a sneaky one. You better watch K3. Do not take your eyes off of him. He's sneaky as hell. Watch him. Tragedy though, he think that he can sneak you right to your face and talk you off the ledge like you didn't just see him do what he did. That's the type of person he seemed like to me. I don't know. It's something about him. I don't like him. And I read some of the comments and people don't like him. I'm like, he's unlikable. K3 is unlikable as well, but K3 is unlikable for a different reason. He seems sneaky, but it's his personality isn't necessarily unlikable. What I don't like about K3 is that he a deadbeat. You are someone's father. You are a 23-year-old father of two biological, three that you claim, and you out here dead beating through life like them babies don't need you to go make money so they can eat. That's why I don't like him. Plus, he got this girl trying to do something with herself and being with him, he ain't even on her level. And then what he doing? Sneaking and creeping and talking about he went to go with the girl because he knew he could. But he implied that he stole from the girl. That was the reason he went with her. I'm like, man, now that's the reason I don't like him. But Tragedy on a different level. So watching Tragedy get beat twice wasn't the worst. If he was like bloody, knocked out, injured type beat, it would be different. But that's not what happened. It wasn't bad like that. So a organized boxing match with a person like Tragedy, excuse me, put him against everybody. I want to watch him get beat over and over in a safe way. In a safe way. I want to watch him safely get beat over and over and over again. I know what I said. I changed my mind. Like, I don't want to see them YNs against YNs. I don't like that older man pitting them against each other. All those kind of things I do agree with. But watching him walk away with a little bit of shine inside of his inner lip wasn't the worst. But he does deserve mouth guards. That is true. Um. T1000 said, was it shown on YT? No, it was on his website. It was on his website. He teased it on the YT page, and right before the fight started, he said it's gonna be on his website. Then I went and looked at it on the website, and also the park that they went to across the street was a residential area. So here they are at night doing boxing matches. Um, I don't know what time of night it was, but these people in the house chilling, minding their business, and these mother suckers across the street were loud ass Shiesty. You know what I'm saying? And these dudes out here boxing in the park or whatever. Like, why do you have to pick the park across from the residential area? You know? Ooh-wee. So that's where he put it. I feel like if he want to put the boxing matches on his website, that's his business. But I do think that if he decides to let content creators or social media people, whether they Twitter, whether they whatever, if he were to do it and word got out and they call each other out, those ones, that he should feature them on his website. I mean, not website, on his YT page. If it's that kind of a thing, you know, he should feature it on his YT page. If I was a content creator or a subscriber, I wouldn't agree to do it unless it was going to be on the main page. But so he could do some of them on the backup page and then some on the main page. You know what I mean? Because I'm sure nobody want to call somebody out and then have to send them to a site that's behind a paywall. But if it were to be a CC, I ain't gonna say it because somebody else said it when he first started his page and he got at her. Or he could get at me if he wanted to, but it doesn't mean I'm a listen. I'm just not gonna say it. But if he was to go to that level with it, I know exactly what I would do. I just can't say it. I can't say it. And it's not worth it to say it. I'd say it when I needed to say it, the way I would be able to say it. Because I will soon have memberships. So y'all picking up what I'm laying down? It would not surprise me if some of these pages right now that have memberships aren't showing stuff on the membership side. I believe they probably are. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Yep. You see. So if it was like, for example, Diva mentioned Marcus and his boxing matches, in the situation with buckets. If something like that was to happen and he put it on his website, please believe it would y'all would have y'all would y'all get what I'm saying. Y'all get what I'm saying. So it just is what it is. But all the rest of it, nah, because if that's where he want to put it, that's where he want to put it. But I mean, I really do think that he should do that because I was thinking about it. I'm like, that's really a great idea because this people got smoke with people for real, and They want to get somebody to catch a fade in an organized manner to where they don't have to worry about losing everything they worked for because they wanted to knock a bit, out. Let them sign off on it. It's just a boxing match for entertainment purposes only. That they are boxing for real, but it's not. One thing, if they put it in the proper writing, then it's not criminal. You know what I mean? And then put them gloves on and step in that ring and go round for round. And if somebody catch a TKO, well, that's what you get for being such a big mouth. Because usually the loudest people are the weakest fighters. Usually the loudest people turn it down. You know what I mean? They won't even get in that ring. And if they do, then they're definitely catching that TKO. That's just how that goes. So, it is what it is. Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say one more thing, which is let me put my glasses on. Why my screen keep it usually light up? It says Sandra. What is it? I'm trying to see. Worrell. Hey Sandra. Happy Saturday. Welcome in. Gamma. Hey, welcome in. Welcome back. Welcome in. Welcome back. Um, Yeah, so it was an interesting boxing match. And Marcus gave, he said for whoever was the winner, it was a bonus. I think that was his way of trying to make sure that they didn't just box and play around like K3 and Tragedy was, excuse me, boxing and playing around, but at the same time, K3 did get more hits in. And so then um so that was there was that. Let me get my glasses. I keep taking them off. T1000 said, she said, Kiss. She said, who is the guy Charles? She said, I gotta catch up on the ASI content. So Charles is if you remember, it was these tall guys. One of them is called Too Tall, that's the light-skinned dude. And then it was this other guy he did, Charles. He said that Charles was about tall as Too Tall. But Charles is more dark skinned. And Charles was telling Marcus about how he used to be around his dad. I want to say the dad might have had been in the NBA, but he used to be around his dad. And then the dad got with the wife he had at the time, and the wife was questioning his paternity. And basically, the dad rejected him, and he hadn't spoken to his father. So at some point in time, Marcus connected him to the dad. Like he ended up talking to the dad, and the dad agreed to do a DNA test. And they did the DNA test, and it turned out that that actually was his father. But the father said to Marcus that because so the Charles was saying it was the wife that was questioning it. That's what caused him to get rejected. But the dad ended up saying that he had questions anyway, and he didn't think that was his kid. So he just went on and rejected him at the time. He put it on himself. He didn't put it on the woman. But Charles said him and his dad was cool until this woman came along and was like, questioning the paternity, and the dad rejected him. And I'm like, that's messed up because it turned out that was his father. That's him. Yes. Yes, he's been on there several times because he did the initial interview with him, then he did a few more interview. Once he started doing the paternity thing, he that went on over a couple of times featuring him. It was easily, I want to say, maybe over a year ago, almost two, maybe somewhere in that time frame. Yeah, he go way back. Yeah, ain't that crazy? Crazy. He said him and his dad was cool. He was at the house, everything was just normal. And then dad get with this woman, and this woman like, I don't even think that's your kid for real. Like, that's not your kid. And dad rejected him. But dad was like, no, it wasn't her. I had my own questions. Shut up. If you had your own questions, why you reject him after what your new wife was saying? You know? And that was it. And it turned out to be his kid. Like, if you had questions, you should have did it in the first place. But Marcus got in the middle, so sometimes it's not all bad. He used to do more good back in the day. Now he does mostly bad. I mean, not mostly, but he does too much bad. But he did do some good things, like that. That was good because he could have just talked to him and walked away. But instead, he made it happen where they got the DNA test and boom, presto magico. No more mystery. 100%. You are the father. What? How do they do it? They say 99.9999999%. You are the father, and that's how that went. Speaking of which, we're still waiting on Ileana to let us know who's the father of whatchamacallit, but I don't think Josiah's gonna do that test. Because Josiah's know that's his baby. And the girlfriend wanna be the first one to have his kids. So that ain't going down. But yeah. So that's who Charles is. So apparently he's still hanging around. And now he wanna get with Shiesty Feisty. He's in his 40s though. But Shiesty just turned 32. She was with Polo, who was 44. I think True was closer in age to Shiesty. That's the girl. Then she went with Tragedy, who's 29. Then she went with Chaos, who's 23. Now she's Too Tall's looking at her and she don't seem to know how to say no. So he's in his 40s. So I don't know. We'll see. But yeah. And I want to see Tragedy go ahead and catch that fade from Dominique. Because Dominique then called out Tragedy, but Tragedy ducked the Dominique boxing match. And Marcus told Tragedy that basically Dominique said is up. So whenever Tragedy is ready, they can go. But Tragedy ain't trying to catch that fade with that trans. Dominique is a trans, but Marcus say that Dominique is like, look, I was born a man and I don't fight women. So I'm like, okay. Tragedy ain't trying to go there. He need to go there. Dominique looks strong. Dominique is the one connected to Tone and Ileana. That's Tone's ex person that he was cheating on Ileana with. That's who Dominique is. And they showed Dominique in the video when Tone and Ileana went to get their marriage license. And when I tell you that Dominique looks strong, I don't think Tragedy is ready. $2 said, she gets a new boyfriend every week. You know what? Hey, she said, OMG. Listen, T, I'm thinking that Feisty changes boyfriends more than she changes her underwear. I think she changed boyfriends more than she brushes her teeth or showers. Okay? She damn sure change boyfriends more often than she changed wigs and them synthetic wigs. So that is sad. Mm-mm-mm. That's a mess. $2 said, why does she, wait, why does she have a bottom girl? Sheesh. Always. Always somebody. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm. So, Feisty, with the boxing matches, Feisty fought some random ASI subscriber Oh wait. Okay, wait. She said read it again. Why did she have a bottom girl? Is that what you saying? A bottom girl? Oh wait. Grill. Oh, grill. Ew. I don't know, but it probably stank. Oh, she said grill. Why did she have a bottom grill? Why I kept saying I was like bottom girl. I'm like, listen, I'm thinking you saying like true or something. Who's out of the picture? But a grill. Listen, that is so nasty. She probably don't even brush her teeth that much. Her teeth gonna end up brown like whatchamacallits if they're not like tragedies, if they're not already. I don't know. It looked like it stank. It probably make the breath worse. It probably makes the breath worse. I don't know. And then she did the boxing match with the grill in. That's what I'm talking about. Him being unsafe because you know what? She could have hurt herself. I'm like, why do you have her boxing with that grill in? He doesn't care about people. All he cares about is money. So he wasn't going to make them do what was the safest thing for them to do. Let me see. I was talking about I'm talking about Marcus though from ASI. Wanda. Just I'm like, did I see your name earlier? Wanda Younger. Hey, welcome in. Happy Saturday. I'm talking about Marcus from ASI. You probably talking about Shushu boy, the Shrek baby. Do. Which if he went live, I didn't even see it, but I listened to Majane's live too. That lady with the haul, that's a mess. That is a hot mess. What that lady did. Not cool at all. Write a freaking I would say write a review and be very detailed with your review. Okay? Because if she did it to you, she's done it to others and she's gonna continue to do it. Put her on blast. That's ridiculous. And ain't no telling. But anyway, what was driving her? It doesn't matter. She needs to be put on blast. Because if you're gonna do business, be honest. They'll be trying to take advantage of people, especially in a vulnerable state. But to ASI, let me drink some Pepsi. Whew. The Pepsi was flat. The whole bottle was flat. And I had some yesterday and it was flat. And I don't even drink soda like that because there's so much sugar in it. But I was like, I'm going to treat myself to some Pepsi. And it is flat. Not good. That's the second bottle that was flat. What is the point? I should have bought the ingredients to make my own because I have a soda streamer that's been in a box for like two. That's been in a box for like 2 years. Actually, it's been in the box longer than that. I bought the soda streamer in 23, I think. Somewhere around 23 is when I bought the soda streamer. It's still in the box. Back on topic. Back on topic. But anyway, what was I going to say? Um oh, so the boxing match with Shiesty and some stranger that pulled up. some subscriber that wanted to catch a fade with Shiesty. I didn't even really watch the boxing match with the two of them because I was like, this is dumb. And like, geez, calm down. Like, I guess if she wanted to box her, cool. But I clicked on it for like a minute listening to her talk. And I was just like, I don't know. For some reason, I can't listen to her. I can't listen to her. She said, "Hey, Kiss. Hey, Wanda Younger. Happy Saturday." Um, I just saying like I don't know whatever she got going on. I did actually, now that I think about it, I did click and watch the start of the boxing match, and I was just like, I'm straight. I'm straight. So I went and but I did notice that there's a boxing match with, excuse me, Shiesty and Maya, the younger Maya, the K3's baby mama, Meyer, and they had a actual boxing match. T1000 said, "So you got full access, Kiss." She said, "I was thinking about it. Yeah, I do. And I was about to cancel it. I was thinking about that like last week, canceling it because I'm like, what am I contributing to?" And I was kind of pissed that he was pitting tragedy against chaos. I was completely pissed that he keeps trying to treat chaos like he's some punk. Everybody's not a fighter, giving this 23-year-old young man who's already done jail time advice to be out there streeting of fighting, because a man who's in the streets, a man got to fight, and a man, but every time they call you out to put on the boxing gloves, you don't put them on. And that he's not properly handling these boxing matches because he don't give a damn if somebody knocks some teeth out. He'll probably like it. So I was getting ready to cancel it, but now I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to or not. But um, and then the other thing is, it doesn't have a whole lot of oomph or flair, and it has problems, like people said, because he was talking about. Uh, uh, excuse me, when people was dropping in his chat and they be telling him that they having login issues or whatever since the point he started it, and he's like, "Oh, it seems to be working fine, or other people are getting in." Da da da. Da. And then once I got access, the first 2 days after I signed up, I could not get in. It kept giving me an error message, and then now, still from time to time, sometimes it works, sometimes it does not work. It's problematic. It seems to be getting better over time, but it is problematic. And I don't think there's a way for him to be like, "Oh, we'll give you a credit because you couldn't log it." No, it's just no, everybody else is fine. I don't care about everybody else. I didn't pay everybody else's money. So how do you respond to people in the comments and go, "Other people are logging in"? Do you think they give a fuck about the other people logging in, or do you think they care about the money they paid you and the fact that they cannot log in? And it's not like a whole lot of over there. It's some of it is okay. Yeah, you get to see the boxing match between the two of them. It ain't even handled well. It's not even very long. It's 45 seconds, pause, and another 45 seconds. No, let them go round for round. I ain't saying you got to go 9 whole rounds or whatever. I think that's what a boxing match actually is, but it could be more to it. You know what I'm saying? And all the behind the scenes stuff, it could be more to it. Although I did see the video where CJ whooped um Heaven. I did see that over there, and apparently it turned out it had came from Cassandra. But I did initially see it over there. He said he was gonna take it down too. I haven't looked to see if he actually did, but it don't matter. I had already seen it. So yeah, so there's some things over there that's good, but overall it could be so much better. Yeah, if I wasn't a content creator, I probably wouldn't be looking in over there. I wouldn't, because it's not that I mean, it's only like $6. It's not that much money, but it's not that exciting. She said, in my opinion, old girl starting to think she's bigger than the program. Yes, she's so loud, always got to be seen. She is a real celebrity in her own mind. In her own mind. T1000 said, and that's what I was afraid of. She said either he's still not showing it or something else going on. Right. Right. Because you never know, but he showed it, but it's still not. I don't think that is all that. Honestly, I think he needs to do a lot of work. I do. And to like set you up and tease you to go to to that person's personal site. Like, if I was not reacting to some of this and I wanted to see for myself, I wouldn't do it. I'll give you an example of another person that did it. It was Tasha K. I used to watch Tasha K all the time. I think she had a Friday night was the one she had her show. I was tuned in from the countdown. Yes sir, to all the way to the end. I was there. And then Tasha K did a website, and Tasha K decided that she was going to neglect all of us that you drew in to pretty much send everything to your website. Hey, I got this interview with such and such. You click on it and it's just a teaser to tell you to go to the website. Some of those interviews I really, 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 really wanted to see. I did. But you know what? I wasn't going to the website. You brought me in over here, and now I have to go to your website to see everything. I think she learned her lesson though, because eventually she started bringing them back over here. Or what she would do is, after it was on the website for a while, then she would bring it and release it on this side or on YT. And I'm like, okay, boom. So I'll just wait to see it because off principle alone. First, I think she had Patreon, then she did her own website. I'm like, off principle alone, I'm never gonna pay you to go watch that stuff over here because that's not how you drew me in. And as far as he's concerned, I think because he initially it seemed like he was trying to put everything over there, and I think it wasn't working for him. This is what breads his butter. This is what makes him be able to pay his bills and brag about how much he touching six figures, or whatever, which I don't think is true. But so he had to bring some of it back because you're gonna lose your audience. Some people are just never gonna pay you to go over there, and then some of the people that's gonna pay you, when they start seeing how problematic your website is, they're not gonna stay. So um uh right. I don't know. I think I read that. She said, and that's what I was afraid of. Either he's still not showing it or something else going on. She said, as they say, you get you get what you pay for. Yeah, I guess so. Well, oh yeah, because it's only $6. I mean, I'm not mad at the. Yeah, I guess so, but it's not that much. It ain't. It's not that much. And enough people talk about it over here. So I feel like from the ASI content creators that I do look in on, whatever they're talking about, there it's enough covered that you have a clue what was shown over there, plus you have a clue of what's over here, and ultimately you ain't really missing anything. Although there is something that I want to see about Feisty that I haven't watched yet when it comes to talking to other people. I do want to see that, but it's still enough going on this side that it's not that much. That's for real. That's for real, for real. And so the fight with Shiesty and Maya, it just really further confirmed what most of us already know, which is that Feisty is not a fighter. That's the first thing. Most of us already figured that out. Shiesty's not a fighter. She wasn't really fighting, and as she continued to get hit, she was like, come on, come on. Like she was coaching or something. She wasn't even swinging. Maya was hitting her. She wasn't hitting her real hard, you know, but she was just getting her little taps in or whatever. And then as they walked to the car, seconds before it cuts off, y'all, listen to this. I'm going to hit y'all with a big one at the end. They have this boxing match, Shiesty Feisty and Maya. They put the gloves on. They're at some park. Shiesty ain't really doing too much. Maya is tagging her, but she ain't hitting her that hard. No blood was drawn. These are two girls. Maya got braces. Shiesty seems to have all of her teeth. He only have boxing gloves. He don't have no hair protection. He doesn't have any mouth guards. You're talking about a woman who just gave birth within the last couple of months. So you would think you would want somebody's mother to be safe. You talk about another woman that has three kids in another state with her ex-husband who she's running away from, but is still somebody's mother. You would think you would want them to be safe, and you would think that after putting those kids in danger that they would properly handle the children during the filming of the video, because normally you would like to say no one was harmed during the filming of this video. But the boxing match is over. And it's been about 5 minutes from the time he started filming. So, how long did it take them to walk away, to get to the field, to get the gear on, to talk about whatever it was they talk about, to settle weird, crazy, bouncy, all over the place, shisty, feisty down before they actually put the gloves on and got to boxing? Ain't no telling. So let's just speculate 10 to 15 minutes by the time that it ended. Mind you, the video is 5 minutes and that's edited. Okay. So we're going to guess and say 10 to 15 minutes. And as they're walking to the car and the interviewer cuts the video off, the very last thing you could hear is loud shisty say something along the lines of Maya's kids were in the car. She said it's a good thing it didn't take that long because we left the kids in the car, and the camera is showing the car. The car is way over there. If somebody's screaming, if anything is going on, we are not that they were not going to be able to hear it because of how far away they parked from where they went to boxing. So this young lady left her, listen to this, 1 year old. The boy is about to turn two. He is still one. 1 year old and her 1 month old. She just finished her 6 weeks and is going back to work. Left the two of them in the damn truck to go to a field and box. This is the same group of three, all three parents, that rode in a Jeep down the street with a newborn baby in the mama's arms with a car seat. Let the interviewer tell it. In his trunk, his baby's car seat was there. But he let her ride down the street with her baby in her arms while her 1 year old reached for the camera. Then the next time they put the baby in the car seat, and then they put the, and I don't even know if it was properly in there, because see, back in my day, the way that carrier was there, back in my day, you did put that carrier on the seat and you put the straps around it or whatever, and that's how you locked it in. That's not how it is anymore. With my grandbabies, them carriers have a base. You lock them carry, that shit hard as hell to work too. I'm like, how do I not? Well, them car seats is hard. Well, they so annoying. But you have to lock the carrier into a base and then put the straps all around it and do all this extra stuff. It wasn't a base in sight for them, for those for that carrier. And then the 1 year old was still roaming free in the back seat. Now we done turned around and left the damn kids in the car in the hot Georgia day. The sun was beaming, skin was shining like they was sweating, and they left those babies in the car. Terrible. T1000 said, I have to disagree with that. She said, Kiss, everything surrounding her involves fighting. She's doing something. Oh, you talking about feisty? Okay. She's doing something. She has to be, yeah, well, okay, I agree. When I say she's no fighter, what I mean is I'm trying to say she don't have hands. That's what I mean by that. Yeah, she is a fighter in terms of it's always some fighting, it's always some drama, it's always her acting tough, it's always some man that she's connected to scratched up. She's always in somebody's face. She had an actual fight with Ileana, you know. Um Definitely there's some fighting. Yeah, yeah. That I agree with that. I was trying to let me just say it in a different way because what I was really trying to say is she don't have hands. She gonna get beat up every time, but she gonna step herself in there and be willing to get beat up, or she gonna charge some dude and scratch them up whenever she can, and act like she's so tough and like she did so much. I don't know. I feel like she probably got beat up and got bullied a lot too growing up because why she's so obsessed with fighting. She said, yeah, the eyes probably for the babies because that's crazy. Like literally way, way, way so far away that it was like they couldn't have heard them babies screaming if they needed to. That was dangerous. That's not even funny. Like riding with them unstrapped in the car is bad enough, but you left them in that hot Jeep in the Georgia sun. That's a damn shame. But he don't care because it's not his baby. Would he have left baby Max in that situation? I don't know. T1000 said, yes, Shiesty, she probably can't fight, but messy AF. Exactly. Exactly. She said, I got you 100. She said she can't box, but definitely a ish starter. A ish starter, want to talk crap, want to fight everybody. But when it comes to the win, she probably not gonna get that win. But she gonna keep talking about it. And I fought so and so, and I don't know. I don't understand how a woman of her age thinks that it's cute to be out here just fighting and living the street life and twerking and doing all the stuff that she doing. Like it's giving serious mental health issues for real, all of them though. I also want to point out that the last two interviews with K3, his eyes didn't look the same. So I don't know what K3 is or was on, but his eyes was looking buck and dilated. I don't know, do perks do that to you or something? Because they be out there talking about them perks. Is that what it was? Because the last two interviews since Maya has been gone, his eyes have not been looking the same. So I'm like, oh, so I said he had crazy eyes. His eyes still look like he's a little slightly throwed off, but they do look different and they don't look dilated. So whatever he was on, maybe he don't have the money to get it or something. I'm not sure. And then Chaos out here doing interviews and trying to show up as the nice guy. Chaos is fake too. They better watch Chaos and K3 because they dangerous. See, Chaos gonna put that little smile on. He fake charming. His story he telling ain't true. And he trying to finesse the people just like the rest of them. He just trying to take the sweet approach and talk you up out of everything. I wouldn't trust him either. I wouldn't trust Nat Nan, none of them. I don't even trust Maya while you playing. I don't trust Shiesty. I don't trust Chaos. I don't trust K3. I damn sure don't trust Tragedy. I don't trust none of them. I don't even trust Charles for real. And he just linking with them trying to get money. He trying to attach himself to Shiesty so he can get him a hotel room for the night, a little cuddy. Marcus talk about shooting a spicy scene. Of course, he mentions Charles and Shiesty talking about he wasn't gonna do no more with her, but I probably will just to do it with the two of y'all. I'm like, you know what, man, too much. That ain't gonna last. That ain't gonna last too much longer. People gonna get sick of them because I know I am because they all full of crap. That's just what it is. It just is what it is. So yeah, y'all. That's my ASI commentary for now. The fighting is would be so much better if it was better, if it was done better. And absolutely don't ever leave the kids in the car. Why leave the kids in the car? Why not bring the baby carrier? He could have sat the baby carrier on the bleachers or, something. I don't know. I would say on the ground, but you don't want no ants and stuff crawling on your baby. The 1 year old could have been running and playing in the grass or sleep. If he was asleep, let him be sleep on the bleachers or let him play in the background, and then somebody he gonna have to film and keep one eye on the baby. You could do it. And he's small, so he ain't gonna go that far, you know? And but leaving them in a car, riding with them, not properly secured, all the kind of stuff. I know everybody couldn't fit in the car if they was all properly secured. Oh well. Didn't give Maya a ride, the two babies, and Shiesty, the females, and let the dudes figure it out, or he has to make two trips. But all this dangerous stuff is ridiculous. But the person that should be fighting the hardest for the kids is the mother, and she isn't. She isn't. She's irresponsible too. That's why I go back to my other point as I prepare to wrap this up, which is nobody should be sending her anything. Don't send any of them anything, including her. We don't care that you're a mother. You made that choice. You have two kids by two baby daddies, and they're both apparently bums. Nobody's helping you because one of them is incarcerated and the other one just got released from incarceration. And so we don't have to pick up the tab and send you money to rescue you from your badass decisions. And according to your baby daddy, the baby daddy of the 1 month old that's almost 2 months old, your ass is pregnant. Nobody sent her anything. If she's not going to learn, then let her just populate the planet and then be struggling because she want to keep giving her stuff up to a little bum and not doing better for her children, properly securing them in vehicles, not leaving them in hot ass cars, not getting pregnant by the person who got you a brand new baby and isn't there for you, who had you in bandos in the dark and all that kind of stuff, in hotel rooms with all kind of uh, uh, um, other people there, kids uncomfortable, not properly feeding them, not properly bathing, all the things. Just know, don't send her anything. Forget her. I'm gonna go peek at it though. I want to know on her Amazon. Let me see. I should look before I get up off of here. Are y'all buying that stuff off her Amazon wish list? Y'all know about Maya's Amazon wish list? The young Maya. Let me see if I still have it up. She had an Amazon wish list, and she had an Amazon wish list, and I don't know if I still have it open. I might have closed it. Okay. Oh, I forgot I got to do that too. Tomorrow though. No, I don't think I have it open anymore. So I have to go and find it and uh see. On her Amazon wish list, she had a bunch of stuff for mostly for the kids though. She did have a bunch of stuff. She had clothes for both kids. She had different necessities for the children. But you know what? When I just went to be nosy, to be honest with you, I wanted to know what kind of stuff she wanted. I was never gonna buy anything. I was never gonna buy anything. That was before I watched the interview today where K3 said that Maya is with child. Before that, the wish list, I had looked at it and I was like, I just want to know what's on it. And then when I saw it was a bunch of stuff for the babies, you know what I said? Ask your baby daddy. Ask your baby daddy. Between you and him, y'all can't get what the baby needs. It don't seem like your family helping you, and they shouldn't. You want to make bad decisions? Then live with them. Sucks to be you, 21 years old. Girl, please. She better not, that better be a lie. She better not be pregnant again with a 6 week old and he didn't do anything to make their life better. She better not be. Absolutely better not be. And she better be lucky that her mama letting her stay at home. I'm not mad at the mama letting her stay home and making her go to work. And that's because of the grandbabies. because of the grandbabies. I think that's the right thing to do because you want your grandbabies to be safe, and you see that she's a complete knucklehead. So just to make sure that your grandbabies are in a safe environment, you know what I mean, and that they're not being neglected or put in danger while your daughter is being goofy, you let her stay home. But he probably can't come. You see, don't see him going over there. He might not be welcome. I believe she said her mama don't too much care for him. Duh, duh. Thanks for confirming that your mama got some sense, because we sure wanted to know. But okay, now you talk. Now you speaking my language. Goofy, grow up. We don't want to hear how young you are. You was old enough to make some babies. Then you old enough to stand on your decisions. Auntie 1000 said he she said he has more content than he can. He got more content than he can handle. Then what else said? He's being greedy, in my opinion, for real, for real. Yeah, but he always greedy. He's so greedy. He's so greedy. All he want is money. That's one of the reasons that what he got going on right now scream new money. He talking about he been touching six figures since he was 23, but he didn't initially say it that way. It's the other reason you know he lying. But also, but if he was doing good since he was a young man, then he wouldn't be acting like this is new money. Like, don't he understand that new money got a way? New money got a behavior, and his behavior is screaming new money. If it was old money moved different than new money. See, he want us to think it's old money. Old money don't act like new money. You know what? You know what? Let me give a different comparison. Old money versus new money. It's just like, do I want to say this? It's just like BDE. It's like BDE. BDE walk in the room with a swag. It's giving BDE versus LDE. LDE is out there thirsty. See me, see me, see me. LDE. BDE just settles into it because it's BDE. New money is like LDE, and old money is like BDE. It's just got a confidence and a swag to it. Okay? And it just is what it is. Oh, oh, my bad. Oh, oh man, that's too funny to me. But he acts like it's new money, and it just is what it is. So, y'all. Thank you. T1000 said facts. I'm just saying. He don't get it though, because he trying to convince us it's like it's old money, but it's not. It's new money. It's new money, and it's obvious. I've heard a couple of other people call it new money too. And I'm like, and when I heard the other content creator say it, I'm like, okay, so people see it. Because I was wondering, I'm like, are they I had already said it though, so I just want to have to point that out because I'm not copying nobody. But that don't mean that we watch each other necessarily. It's just people see what they see, you know what I mean, and people get what they get. So let me point that out too. But at the end of the day, I was like, oh, somebody else sees it. Period, because it's giving new money, and it just is what it is. But he's so thirsty to get it any kind of way that he can get it, and you know what, it ain't right the way he gets it, but he better get what he can while the getting is good. Cause like he told Chaos not to get used to them cash apps. He better not settle into this with no other plan because it's not gonna last. Just like he told Chaos it won't last, neither is this. Social media is completely changing. And although these companies is making bank, companies get greedier and greedier. They cut people out. The more normalized something becomes, the more they change things. It's just like a place like Walmart still having people work for minimum wage with the amount of money that they make. So like if he really think this is for the rest of however long, good luck with that. And the older he get, the less people, like if he coming out here, let's say 60, I ain't gonna say 50, 60 something years old trying to interview someone like a, or running around the way he running around with the get along gang, it's not going to be seen and accepted the same way. um Even if there is some money to be made, but the money ain't gonna be the same. That's just my opinion. That's just my, and I don't do marketing, I don't do none of those things. I'm just calling a thing what I believe to be a thing based off the trends and the way things normally go with these greedy ass companies and greedy ass executives that want it all. They want it all. You know what, y'all? When I get off of here, I think I'm gonna watch a Juice. Remember in Juice when it was like they wanted all. When they was doing the scratching contest, that was a random thought because I'm getting ready to wrap this up, and I'm like, what am I about to do? I'm at home alone, and I think I'm about to watch Juice. That's what I'm about to do when I get up off of here. Unless I start finding my way on social media looking at something, but I'm about to chill. Go get me another one of these flat Pepsis. Refill my cup of ice and watch Juice. He said he was about to get beat up last night, in my opinion. That man was all in his face and he was just laughing, right? Just laughing. T1000 always. He don't ever want the smoke, but he want everybody else to be having some beef or whatever. He was and I'm like, you gonna jump froggy, you gonna do something or no? No. But that's him. This little person, he ain't got no smoke for most people, but he want to pit the YNs against each other and watch people fight, but he ain't got no fight in him. He ain't got no fight in him. It's a mess. A hot mess express. So yeah, y'all, that was all the goings on the ASI side. Um, we gonna see. She say, "You right. Never. Even with him putting people in gloves and they calling him out, he ain't trying to put the gloves on. What he kept saying at first, when it first started, I did put the gloves on. Okay, it doesn't matter what you did then. There's more people calling you out. If you want to harass tragedy about Dominique calling him out and him slicking from it. If you want to talk crap to CJ about CJ slicking his way about the fight, because he ain't really about that life like that either. Although he is a crash out, in my opinion, he ain't about that life like that. Then he should be slicking himself as well, because he's also not about that life. And whenever he thinks somebody's soft, he pushed them, but he always backing down when somebody is on him. Like even when he was pushing who was I gonna say? Oh, Polo, pressing Polo. You know what I'm saying? Actually, I probably need to go look in on CJ and them or whatever, because they said that CJ said something, and apparently he's back. He's back with Heaven, but wait a minute. Y'all wait, before I wrap though, um wait y'all, this is crazy. Y'all, we might have to take it off of ASI and talk about something else at the end of this. But I need to go look and see CJ real quick. That's what I was about to do before I end this. My head. Let me see. Oh, when they was all in the barbershop, tragedy was in the barbershop when they was doing all this wild stuff. Tragedy, tragedy was live on his IG. Oh no, Marcus isn't there. This is after, it looks like after they rapped. Wait, okay, wait, let me see. This the clown music they said. That sound like Kanye. So Oh, it is Kanye. Okay, I was like, that sounds like Kanye. He had his face on the thing. He said real men get turned off by drama and attitude problems. Boy, bye. Boxing, but with skills based on matchmaking. He trying to say, oh, that, I guess that's his excuse when it comes to the boxing. Picture with him and Shiesty. Oh, I think I done clicked off this. I'm trying to find. Oh, actually, okay. The Cassandra girl, she got nothing going on. I'm trying to find CJ. That's what it was. I guess he don't have anything up here. I ain't gonna keep scrolling this thing, y'all. If I end this, I ain't go. I want to separate the next thing, but if I end this, I'm not coming back. I ain't coming back. So I don't see the CJ thing right now, and I don't feel like keep scrolling. I'll probably cut next time I do ASI. I'll do more on CJ. Oh, duh! It was right there. Him outside with his choker on, talking to people. He looking. His shoes too big too. His sir CJ is posed on his IG. It's the real CJ. 1K with his choker chain on, some shoes that are too big, and his socks is dirty as hell inside of his shoes. That's crazy. And they showed CJ walking up to some bum in the park and hitting him, and the bum fell over. And I'm like, he looked intoxicated and drunk, and he approached him from behind and basically snuck him. And he thought that that made him look tough, but it made him look like a punk, if you ask me. Okay, so he got pinned to the top. Uh, him when he was in the car talking about his brother getting pow saying that that was really his brother, but it turned out it's not. He out at night because he probably hanging out with Heaven, watching her while she jump in and out of cars. Oh, there it is on his thing. He hit this bum, intoxicated the whole nine. But anyway, I don't feel like continuing to scroll. My wrist is bothering me. Y'all know I got a little injury going on right now. But before I move on, this is gonna be off of ASI onto some nature boy thing. That's how I'm gonna end it. I'll come back and do more on a whole separate one, but right now I don't really feel like ending this and coming doing a whole other comeback. So I just want to say something because I've been meaning to talk to y'all about Velvet, Nature Boy's ex-wife. If y'all know about the Nature Boy situation, Velvet recently got into a situation with her boyfriend, official citizen. If y'all know about that situation, so Velvet got arrested literally for DV, went to jail, got her three children involved in defects in Florida. She lived in New Orleans. She went to visit official citizen in Florida. She is 12 weeks pregnant, according to the police report that came out. That's only a few days ago. So not as pregnant as she was on that docuseries, because she was full on pregnant. But when I opened up IG to come check out CJ, that's when I noticed at the top of my feed is Velvet on the beach being kissed by a choked and kissed by official citizen, where you can see her stomach, and she's clearly, not only has she picked up a decent amount of weight, but she's clearly pregnant. And this is her page. She wrote, "Every relationship is unique. We've seen the storm and shit. We may just be in the thick of it, but that does not mean we give up on what comes natural and effortless." She said, "We're not here to prove our love to the world. We exist, our love exists, and that's all that matters." And she tagged him in it. And I'm like, girl, you done lost your damn mind. If there was a person who has a type, it's her. From Nature Boy to that second guy who was a cultish guy, I can't think of his name right now, the second baby daddy, to Solar, to official citizen. They are literally all the same person. They're all the same person. She gonna have the fourth kid by the fourth dude with the same personality type. The man provoked her, is what it seems like. And then turned the camera on when she was in reactive abuse mode. And then the police were called and they took her, they arrested her on DV charges. And now here she goes posting on IG about their love. She's stupid. Like, I don't know why she didn't listen to the his ex that tried to warn her. She wanted to go against the ex on behalf of him. That's just like she liked fighting women. That's just like she attacked not Nateri, Janae, on behalf of Solar, after she played in Nateri's face, or Janae. And then what happened? It still didn't work with Solar and it ended bad. So she's just a glutton for punishment. Wow. You got people rooting them on. This is crazy. Talking about we love you. You know what? I got to tell y'all something though. People are, all I see are positive, celebratory, congratulatory comments on Velvet's page. Can I tell you something though? When the Nature Boy thing was thick, before Nature Boy was incarcerated, when Velvet was on her IG and she'd come out and make herself a complete victim that wasn't complicit in any of the abuse of people, and she didn't want that, and she didn't want the, she was saying at first that she didn't want the polygamy, but then she said they agreed. She said they agreed to polygamy, but she was supposed to be the one to help him to choose, and it was supposed to be both of their choice. But when she would say certain things on her IG, I'd be one of the people that would, I would say something opposing to what she was saying if she was on bullshit. And when, if I would go back and look, my comments would be gone. That's why I'm saying this right now, because everything that's on her IG right now, that post she just did 2 days ago, is in for, it's for them. I just scrolled down the whole, like, not the whole thing, but I scrolled down a decent amount, and I didn't see a single comment that wasn't for them. And I'm like, she used to erase my comments. And you will look back and you'll see only comments that were for her, and my comment who wasn't for her would be one of them that's gone. And I'm like, she must be erasing comments. So I guess she's still doing it. So if you don't know any better, you will look at her thing and just think that all these people are for her. No, if your comment is not for her, she will delete your comment. Facts. I got to the point where I just stopped commenting. What is the point of me commenting if you're going to erase my comments when they're not for you? So what is the point of commenting? I'm trying to think. It was somebody over here that was pretending like they were against him. I'm trying to think, do that page even exist anymore? They try to act like they was against him, but every time I would comment, if they would say something and they'll be, I don't know if that page even exists anymore because I haven't seen it. But don't let you do anything but be in support of him. They would um delete your comment or contradict it. Like, she was hitting him and she was holding the baby and she put him in danger. And then I'll come and comment and be like, she was trying to escape the room and he kept her trapped in. Yeah, so Velvet is the same way. But anyway, I just wanted to point that out. Like, that kind of caught me off guard because I knew that she had got released from jail, but I did not know that she was back with him because I haven't had a chance to go get any updates on the situation. So I opened up my IG looking for CJ and I see Velvet at the top of my feed. And I'm like, you're back with a man who sent you to jail for DV when he provoked you and he want to press charge. Now you got a mug shot floating social media, DV charges, and your kids went into DFACS. And apparently she got him back because the post right before um the post of him and her kissing on the beach is all three of her kids, including Solar's kid, um in the picture, on the beach, that is. And this little boy is the cutest little thing. Um an official citizen. Oh, I just scrolled all the way through. Official citizen with all three of her kids. Mind you, the DV situation unfolded in front of the children. This man looks like he got a dark soul. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? He got a damn ankle bracelet on. He's flipping with one of the kids. He got an ankle bracelet on, but of course he has an ankle bracelet on because he got his own little violation with the ex situation going on. So I guess they got him out on ankle monitor. Wow, this is crazy. All of them on the beach together after he just sent her to jail for DV and her kids went into DFACS in a state where she's not from, not even close to home. This is crazy. I don't know what's up with her decision making. And I don't know why she likes these throwed off souls, but apparently she does. So anyway, y'all, so that, if anybody followed the Nature Boy thing, I didn't watch the full documentary because I just couldn't get jiggy with it because it was too much missing and I felt like I know too much of the story that I was thrown off. I was like, wait, where's so and so? Wait, where's this? I started skipping around and I never finished it. And I don't think I will, but if somebody does a better job, I will watch it, but nah, I wasn't feeling that one. And I don't know what their views was like. They probably got hella views or whatever, but I don't think they'll get rewatches. If you're new to the story, it's probably it comes across better. If you know the story, then it's not gonna hit like that for you. And it just is what it is. But yeah, y'all, I want to thank y'all for coming through. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Thank you so much for the likes and the support. If you don't mind, would you please consider subscribing to my channel? I talk about LA content, the goings on within the Latrice Allen sector. I talk about ASI goings on in this live. We were talking about a lot of stuff that's going on with the ASI content and with the group and their shenanigans. The get along gang was the topic up today, and then on top of it, you know, it could be a little bit of this and a little bit of that. I did a live earlier where I did some summarizing of some of the facts within the Carmelo Anthony um, case, and I will be continuing a series where we dive into that. And then after that, I will continue doing some like legal kind of cases. So that's going to be a regular thing. On Wednesdays, I do Way Back Wednesday musical hour. So pull up and listen to some throwback jams, and we just vibe out for about a good hour. And so we do that. And then, if you want to, crap buckets go live from time to time. If her live is still up, I do a translation. Sometimes it's translation, what I'm pretty sure what she meant. And then sometimes I just kind of summarize whatever she's saying, because I know y'all don't be watching her or whatever like that. But you know what? I can tell you this. She's still over there lying like a rug. You hear me? Just be lying straight through her teeth. So that's in the Latrice Allen sector. I was gonna share something with y'all too, a video, but I didn't get a chance to finish like doing a full rewatch of it. So when I finish it, I'm gonna see whether or not I want to share it. But it's a throwback when it comes to um Latrice Allen sector. I mean buckets with her early beefs. But also I have like a list going. It's the buckets fallout list. Currently we are at 70 names on the list, a few more that I need to add. So it's like 70 and counting. And I think once it's all said and done, it'll be easily right now in the 80s, but I wouldn't be surprised if it continues to climb from there, because I personally, when I started this list, I thought we were going to land in the 50s, and now here we are, about to be at 80 once I do all the updates. um Especially because I thought of a name from like way back when, and when I thought of her name, I was like, oh shit, when we start really getting to these names, that's gonna be really gonna be it. The numbers about the skyrocket. And I tell you what, and I would literally dedicate the time to listen to old stuff, to hear when she attacked people. I would do that. Um if the stuff was still up. But a lot of stuff isn't up. And we know over the years, as she attacked people, she deleted the evidence. So you guys, if you haven't seen the list, please go check it out. And if you see any names that I left off, especially those old school, it is content creators, subscriber, doesn't matter, people that she either fell out with, that she attacked, you know what I mean, that there was some sort of beef, even if they didn't fight back. Because there's plenty of times that she just went at somebody or attacked them, and the person either didn't have a voice or a platform to fight back, or they just didn't want to, or whatever the reason was. That's just how it went. um and so, and I'm gonna continue to develop this buckets fallout list. And then once we get the list pretty well set, then we're gonna go into the next phase of what we're gonna do with the buckets fallout list. I can tell you that it's rattling feathers, because whenever I update it, for the most part, it keeps getting reported. So I can't edit it or whatever. When I go back, whenever I try to, most of the times that I've done it, that's exactly what has happened. So it's ruffling feathers. So we got to continue to add names to this list and keep it going. Because if it's pissing them off, then we're doing good. Forget buckets. Um, so that's something else that's done over here. So if if any of that sounds interesting to you, please consider subscribing to my channel. And with that being said, again, I want to thank you guys. I hope you have a great rest of your Saturday. I feel like I was going to say one more thing, and I know as soon as I ended it, I mean, it's going to come back to me. It was one more thing that I was going to say. So let me think for a second. So I'm like, as soon as I hit end, it's going to come back to me. Um, man, what was it? I feel like it was about something about this whole LA sector, but I don't know. I can't think of it right now. I know as soon as I end this and get settled, it's gonna come back to me. So don't be surprised if you see something on my community wall. regarding it. But yeah, so thanks everybody for tuning in again. Thank y'all for the support, and I hope y'all have a great rest of y'all evening. And until the next time, the meantime, in between time, y'all already know I'm gonna catch y'all on the rebound. I am out of here. Peace.